And what other things should seniors care about or prepare for if they run into any medical emergency?
This is something that is amazing that people don't prepare. And when you're talking about seniors who are living in their home, and whether you're married or living with your adult children or whatever the scenario, but you're at home. And it is very important when medical emergencies arise at home that those in the house, as well as your children, know what your wishes are. I had a situation where the ambulance was there, the paramedics were there, they're rolling mom out, and then they stop and say to the daughter, "What hospital should we take your mom to?" She had no idea. And then they continued on, and then they said they stopped right before they got mom out of the door, and they said, "And what medications is your mom taking?" No idea. And so the daughter was scrambling around the house, getting medications from all different areas of the house, from the kitchen to the bedroom to the bathroom, while she would have rather been with mom.
Right.
And so having your current list of medications at home in a real prominent position, as well as copies of them in your own personal wallet. So if you were the senior, have it dated so you know when it last was done, because if you go to the ER, they are going to check your wallet. They're going to see the list of medications. Those can be very important, especially depending on some of the medications for like Parkinson's and different treatments that people have. But I also recommend for those seniors living at home to have, if they live in the Santa Clara County area, to have what's called a life file. LIFE is an acronym, LIFE. Life-saving information for emergencies.
I see.
This is done through the emergency services, Santa Clara Emergency Services. When EMTs arrive at your house, you have called 911. They will look on your refrigerator for information that will be very handy for them to have. It will have and this is an envelope, and in it you can put whatever, but what they do have a piece of paper you can fill out, but what they're looking for is an emergency contact. What if you call 911, you're unconscious by the time they get there, and there's no one to answer for you? They have an emergency contact. They'll have the list of your current medications. Who's your doctor? What hospital do you want to go to? What are your current diagnoses that they want to be aware of? If you had a stroke 5 years ago, so you kind of aren't talking right, perhaps you're aphasic, and the paramedics come because you fell and they hear you talking funny, they're going to think, "Oh no, you're just having a stroke." It's like, no, this is my norm. I have a broken leg is really the problem, but you can't really communicate it. These are important things for them to know. You want to get treatment as quick as possible. So a life file on the refrigerator is just A1. The other thing, for those who are older, there's another form that could be put in this folder, which is called a POLST.
Okay.
It's also an acronym, POLST, Physician's Order of Life-Sustaining Treatment. This is where it is used whenever a person calls 911, having a heart attack, call 911. And by the time the paramedics get there, perhaps there's no longer there's a heartbeat and you're not breathing. EMTs must perform CPR on you. If they find a POLST on this refrigerator, or if someone in the family knows there is a POLST, it is a doctor's order that says, if I am found with no heartbeat and not breathing, this is a doctor ordering, because that's the only way they can stop. EMTs must, again, do the CPR. But it's the one way to get them to stop, because you have written off that you do not want to be brought back. There's also more to it than just the DNR, do not resuscitate.
Sure.
There's other options which you should talk to your doctor about. And this is something you can also keep in your purse, your wallet, and just a copy of it is valid should you be visiting your family or, anywhere.
These days I see if you are using a phone, they all have this health app on them, and then you can fill up that with all this information which you just said.
Yes, and a POLST actually you can use you can have it on your phone, and it's just as valid again. And having different documents on your phone. There's different ways, there's different apps to hold those documents. But yes, there's a variety of ways to do that. as long as your phone doesn't get crunched in the car accident. I mean, who knows? Everyone's situation is different. Keep it in glove compartment and on your phone and in your wallet,
Yeah.
Check the full episode on our YouTube channel and on Apple Podcast.